Welcome back, YouTube. Today we're going to be doing some more If the Emperor Had Text-to-Speech, and this time I was informed that I missed a short that I needed to watch, and the Twitch chat has informed me that I should be watching this short of Why Kitten Hates the Tau. So we're going to start with that, and then we're going to go into the next episode. Let's get into it, and please leave any recommendations for other videos down in the comments below. Consider liking or following or coming by the stream. Alright, let's get into this.
I call upon sunshine. Hello, 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 hello,
I'm
hello.
walking on sunshine.
Hello, yes, what's happening?
I just found out why your hatred for the Tau burns so iridescently.
What is this? Why? Why are you doing this to me, Shadow Son? No.
I'm so sorry, but
Is that a female Tau? Where's her big boobas? Where are her big booba?
we can't keep doing this.
But why?
Isn't this heresy?
You love me.
I do, but my forehead is always so sore when I'm with you.
What? So you can stick it in there.
No, stop this.
I am to fight for the greater good. I have to leave you. I'm sorry. Bye.
Why isn't he yellow? Is he doing a Darth Vader impersonation? Oh, that's true. Like who's gonna stop him if he's a High Lord?
You want to talk about this?
This is not fucking canon!
That's hilarious. This is not fucking canon. Okay, I'm glad I watched that. Now I understand. Now I understand why he hates the Tau so much. Now I understand. Oh my goodness. I can't laugh. I'm gonna cough. All right, thank you for... I do read the comments, so thank you for informing me that I missed a short. So thank you very much. If I miss anything else, please let me know in the comments section. And also, now we should be getting into the next episode of If the Emperor Had Text-to-Speech, so, Oh, this takes place, like, right after the other one, because he just finished, like, screaming.
Almost. Just a second.
Sigh.
It is a banger.
Greater than colon hyphen left parenthesis. Snails evolve legs faster than you loafers. Get over this shit.
Okay. I think it's mostly out of my system now. I was actually confused. For the first time in as long as I can remember.
The last time you were confused, you started to fucking bawl.
I did not. Confusion just makes my eyes water is all.
He's
Don't you
allergic
start
to it.
making excuses, you little crybaby you.
I'm gonna use your bones as a xylophone.
Go ahead, mop hair, see
How
how
about
it
you
works out
shut
for
your
you.
keyboard?
What the?
Anyway,
What, did he
why
just
did
throw
you
a
not
chair?
tell anyone of this before?
Because you never fucking asked, that's why. Besides, what was written down was apparently censored by those charming fucknuggets in the Inquisition.
That's
They
just
do that.
fantastic. I'll take my chance and ask a million questions now then. You ready?
You get to ask one before I continue.
Why? Does my pure, flawless father have some sordid detail to hide?
No, it's because if I had to field every question your nerd brain could devise, we'd be here for another 40,000 years.
Do I get to ask a question, my lord?
No, go!
Where is he? Oh, they're at the base. For some reason, I thought they were, like, very far to the left of him. No, they're, like, at the foot of his throne. I was like, where is he looking? Where's Banana Man looking?
Wait! I am the one asking the questions here.
Go ahead then, Horntits. Make it good.
Are you, technically, still human?
Are Space Marines, Custodes, and you Primarchs still human? Same answer. No and yes. I am human in the sense that I was born of and am the product of humans. My soul is innately human. However, I am not a mere man. I am what humanity could achieve if we evolved, as the old ones did. The shamans who created me just took a shortcut, similar to how I took a few shortcuts when creating you guys. We are basically various stages of accelerated human evolution. Humans, space marines, custodies, primarchs, and then myself.
Huh.
Yeah, at least he's not French.
This grand universal story,
Of course. About a year after the whole mega evolution by suicide
I
thing,
can't
was
stop
born.
this feeling deep inside. Okay, that's gonna get copyright, but isn't that what he's doing? He's making a meme to that song. Is this Adam and Eve?
To regular human parents. The shamans
No,
that
okay.
killed themselves had combined to become one giant soul and entered my mother while she was still pregnant.
Look how fucking smug he
This
is.
was 50,000 years ago. During my first years of life, I was a powerful but reckless young man.
Dude, he's
At
Conan.
that point in time, most of my life consisted of crushing my enemies, driving them before me and hearing the lamentation of the woman. I was honestly kind of an asshole. A handsome, muscle-bound asshole. However, as time went by, I felt more and more of my past lives impose upon me, revealing who I truly was. Ancient wisdom, immense power, and a strong sense of right filled my body to the brim. I was no
What's so
longer
funny?
who I used to be. I was now a handsome, muscle-bound god-like being who could use magic. I was the greatest thing since myself before the transformation. After this incredible power boost, I started roaming around Terra, or Earth, as it was called at the time, like a ghost. I watched from the shadows as mankind grew, waiting, influencing, and sometimes scaring small children. Fast forward a couple of millennia.
Okay. He's going very quickly over all this. Wasn't it the case, or like, wasn't it like maybe theorized that people have that he maybe was some historical individuals, like maybe. No, wait. I'm thinking of what's the guy from like DC that can never die? I'm thinking of him, where he was like, oh yeah, maybe he was also like the Mongol leader. Maybe he was like a Genghis Khan or anything like that. Like, was he potentially like famous people in history that he just wasn't trying to take the spotlight necessarily, or is that like just a fan theory? But I don't know. Like, he just hid for the entire time? How do you do that? What did he do with his life? He just was like, I'm just going to wait and use my immense power for nothing?
It was the year M25, and the Age of Strife had come. Humans had spread all across the galaxy, and all was fine and dandy. But suddenly, as if some idiot repeatedly rammed his head against the shitstorm button, a whole cockload
No, it
of
wasn't
psychers
Piccolo.
suddenly emerged on every single world. As you well know, psychers use the warp to do magic and shit, but untrained psychers are pretty bad at it and usually attract warp predators when doing so. First it seemed fine. A lot of people's initial reaction was, hey, wizards are real, neat. But then bam, demons all across the planet, good fucking job. The only planets that survived this fate were those that performed witch hunts and brutally murdered psychers wherever they popped up. You can imagine how popular murder cult religions were at the time. To serve as the puss icing on this rot cake, warp storms started fucking up the galaxy immensely again. As mankind depended on the warp to make it from planet to planet, every human colony was isolated from one another, as going through the warp during a warp storm is incredibly stupid. This
Okay, well, so I think I know the answer to this, but just in case, a warp storm is not just like all of the warp is like being all fucky. It's literally a storm that moves, right? Like, oh, I can go from planet A to planet B, but there's a warp storm between planet B and planet C, so I can't go that way. So maybe you have to do like a detour if that's even possible, but you can do travel as long as the storm is not in your way. It's not just like, oh, the warp is being all messy, so we can't use the warp. It's literally a storm that moves in certain areas, which makes some parts of travel difficult. I think that's how it works.
was especially awful in Terra's case, as Terra depended on other planets for its groceries and toilet paper. This left the people of Terra in a severe state of famine and itchy-ass clefts.
He
Terra
looks
soon
okay.
became naught but a blasted desert, a shadow of its former self. Here, a bunch of cartoon villains called techno-barbarians roamed free and fought one another for
I did not
territory.
expect
As Terra
techno-barbarians.
was utterly fucked up beyond all recognition, I decided to finally reveal myself to mankind, since screaming at it from the sidelines clearly didn't fucking work. So I picked up some hardy boys, augmented them massively, and gave them the name Thunder Warriors, the greatest warriors on Terra.
Is this
For the
canon? Wait,
record,
what?
these
That's
fellows
amazing.
were the predecessors to the Space Marines. Suffice it to say, the day was saved because I'm just that good.
Right, so now I've heard all about your biography. But what happened to the rest of the universe between now and then?
If you really want to hear the boring parts, fine. To make a long story slightly less
This is
long,
canon? Oh my
while
god, I
Earth
love
was in
it.
its infancy, and I was protecting it from all the serial killers outside. The Eldar fucked up. Again, literally. And yes, I will reuse this joke as often as I like, because I'm the motherfucking Emperor, and I am allowed to do that. I'm hilarious. This was the point in time in which the Eldar managed to murder fuck the Chaos God Slaanesh into existence.
Oh my
which was
god,
the
look at
final
that
call
bulge.
to hit the nail into the hammer for any sense the realm of souls once had. From that point on, it was a technicolor hellscape of sexual fluids and jumbled thoughts. Slaanesh managed to agitate the other Chaos Gods into going full fuck force as
Look, it's hard to see because of the subtitles, but my god. Like, he, she, it is packing some schmeat down there, if you know what I mean. He's got the booba. It looks like it literally drew a third boob where the crotch is. Slaanesh is always hot. I mean, yeah, but you know, he, whatever is it. I don't know what Slaanesh's pronouns are, but it's they gotta have, you know, multiple parts, right, to really get the full experience. Maybe it's them, but they have to have multiple parts to get the full sexual, lustful experience, right?
they hadn't done anything worth noting since the medieval ages when they were born. This started an instant mass production of demon hookers and punch meat monsters. This incredibly violent space birth even managed to rupture the galaxy's privates, which created the gaping, expansive warp hole in the center of the galaxy that is nowadays known as the Eye of Terror, because the dick demons clearly needed a bigger hole to poke into. As
Oh my
Slaanesh
god.
was born, and the Eye of Terror was formed, most every Eldar in the galaxy died as a result of this galactical miscarriage. The only ones lucky enough to survive were those far away from the Eldar homeworlds. In addition, Slaanesh also did to the Eldar what the Kitten did to the Necrontyr, making it so Slaanesh automatically receives all Eldar's souls upon their death, unless they use protection.
Oh,
This totally
yep,
proves
gotta use
that
that
I'm
stone.
the only god-like entity in the universe that didn't fuck things up for its own people. Not that you should call me a god, or anything, I'm just saying,
And we are infinitely thankful for that, my lord.
you better damn well be. Anyway, things do take a small upturn here. The good news was that since the galaxy was finally out of its bipolar pregnancy stage, the Eye of Terror blew away all the warp storms that had fucked up the galaxy, making space travel possible again.
Yay!
Thus, with the Eldar out of the way, the universe pretty much empty of all worthy life, and the Age of Strife over, I took humanity and decided it was time to conquer the stars, reuniting the human planets that had been isolated and lost during the Age of Strife with the newly formed Imperium of Man. And it went well.
Just you're gonna gloss over that part of like the formation of the Imperium of Man. It's just like I beat some techno barbarians with like my beta version of like the Space Marines. You know, then all the Slaanesh stuff happened, and then boom, Emperor of Mankind right now. Like I feel like there's a lot of steps. I feel like there's a lot of steps that were just like glossed over right there. You know, I'd like, you know, Emperor. Come on. What are we getting the spark notes of this?
At first, everyone was holly jolly and loved me. I began preparing for the Great Crusade, and everyone had a good time. At this point, I also made the Prime Arcs,
Aw,
my
look at
very
that.
own children, that would help me lead
He's a
mankind
proud
to
daddy.
total galactic
He's a
domination.
proud daddy.
But then, those giant material ball sacks known
Jesus
as
Christ.
the Chaos God scattered all across the galaxy, shitting and giggling as they went. So with that, I had to go out and relocate all my sons once more, which was a pain in the side. After I had done that, however, and the Great Crusade was at full go, everyone was happy again, except the 100 or 200 planets we annihilated. But as you know,
Oh, we know basically
horrors of
nothing
massive temper
about the
tantrum
Golden
happened
Age, just
right
a Dark
after
Age of
that.
technology.
For
Oh,
those
sad.
happened, I was put on this throne. Most of my sons either disappeared or died. The entire Imperium shat its united long johns. That stupid age of apostasy happened, and those fucking tyrants apparently showed up. Oh, and those Tau creatures too, if that is worth mentioning.
It's not.
And somewhere in the interim, the Eldar mostly split into two factions, one which wants their species to become great again, as if that will ever happen, and one which simply doesn't care about anything other than being disturbing.
Do not stick your dick in that.
And that's the how and why of humanity, the galaxy, and the gloomy fuckfest we're all invited to. You get all of that?
Were they taking notes?
Sure, but
I don't see a notepad in his hand. I don't think he was paying attention, chat. I think he needs to pull out a notepad right now.
you did seem to skim over a lot of stuff near the end.
Yes. For instance, all that stuff about the Dark Age of technology. Like, what's the Man of Iron? You mentioned him earlier.
And what happened to the few surviving old ones?
And what about those sensitive people that I just remembered are a thing?
While I enjoy filling your brain bowels with crap, I now have a massive super headache. I need to take a break. I guess the book could be published in 2 volumes for double the profit. I'll tell you about the Dark Age of technology and other stuff like that later.
Is that a
Also,
rip at
what the
Harry
fuck
Potter?
is a sensei?
You know, your human descendants?
You mean the descendants of the families of the shamans who gave their lives to form me? Isn't that like all of humanity?
Not exactly what I meant.
Good. I never liked Uncle Ragnar anyway. But really though, what in the fuck do you mean? You aren't saying some of my human partners actually survived having intercourse with me? And moreover, gave birth to actual children?
Wait, why is this coming as a shock? Why is he saying like, why is he surprised that some of them survived? Like, what? There's a lot of implications here, man. You're like, you knowingly did the deed, and you're like, oh no, she's not gonna survive the pounding I'm about to give her. I mean, come on, man. Come on. Like, if Superman can have relationships with Lois Lane, I think you can maybe hold it back a bit in the pounding area.
The fact that the Sensei are incredibly powerful psychers with changeling-like abilities, much like small versions of yourself, seems to indicate this. They also share a very sharp jawline.
Well shit. Come to think of it, this is actually the first kind of sort of pleasant surprise I've had since meeting my Centaurian and hearing about those Astroknights. I have surviving heirs as well as my Primarchs. I mean, I only made you guys because I didn't think that reproduction for me would be possible any other way.
That's nice to know.
But seriously, as far as I knew, none of the people I'd introduced to Big E had been able to handle it, and most of them had pretty explosive climaxes. And literally.
I didn't need to know any of that.
This is the kind of knowledge that should remain a mystery.
Come to think of it, I never thought to check back on any of them after the first night.
Wow.
Now I genuinely feel kind of bad.
Yeah.
That's a first.
I mean, don't get me wrong, it was just mutual fun, and they were willingly getting into it. And I didn't leave any of them unsatisfied, nor was I going out of my way to be a jerk about the whole thing.
Yet you were like, oh, but you're not gonna survive this.
It's just, you know, me being who I am. Maybe I was a bit too rough.
Oh
And
my God.
seriously, I didn't knowingly leave them to their fate. I just figured that with all those broken bones and all that blood and...
I can't hear this. I don't want to be on this planet anymore.
Sorry, I'm getting carried away. Sigh. It was my favorite bone. I sure do miss it.
I'm just glad that I have no such urges or interests at all.
Wait, why did he have a butt gun on his head? Where did that bucket come from?
My only desire is to serve you, my lord.
That can easily be skewed in all the wrong ways.
Welcome back,
It's a
Sentinel.
good thing that shitty fanfic writers aren't anywhere near here.
Don't jinx it, Father.
So, back to the new topic at hand. I presume these sensei people are basically treated like demigods by you plebeians? Either way, I want you to send someone to go out and find them for me, and bring as many of them here as possible. This should
Family
make the
reunion!
family reunion even better.
Uh-oh.
about
What?
that.
You are going to tell me something that will make me pop a planet, aren't you?
The Inquisition has been hunting them down and killing them as they see them as vile mutants and are threats to their Imperial canon. The rest seemingly vanished with no explanation before the Inquisitors could get to them.
Uh-oh.
We should go. I should go. I better go. I'm Commander.
Well, I found the bottom after all.
Wait.
I better go. I'm Commander.
He's making a Commander Shepard joke. I'm Commander Shepard, and this is my favorite store on the Citadel.
Well, I found the bottom after all. I think I feel a grumble.
Uh-oh. It's gonna pop a planet.
Sweet pepperoni with a side of bologna, warp storms. The planet reports that it'd be a beautifully smoggy day.
Inquisitors, the time has come.
Oh wait, is that canon or is that a fan theory? Is it canon that those are actual his biological children, or like not necessarily children, but descendants, or is it just fan speculation that, you know, like that would be a cool connection to have, that like, oh yeah, no, maybe they're actually the descendants of the Emperor? Canon? Oh my. Oh my. I'm learning so much of like actual canon that is very deep and well thought out. I mean, I'm not surprised, but it's like, you know, in the style that this is being presented, I have to ask.
Home. We, the eternal archers of mankind, have come to lay waste to the foolish traitors that have infected and corrupted the very core of our Imperium. We are here to heed the call of our Emperor. We are here to save him.
Oh my god.
Remember our plans. Dispatch of their retinues and defensive mechanics with all haste. Terra has the mightiest fortifications to ever exist, but we shall never give up. Our faith in the Emperor will break through any wall. Go! Charge!
Oh my, they actually did it.
Where is everybody? Why is no one attempting to stop our righteous crusade through Eternity Gate?
Oh, maybe they went on a business trip together. That's what my parents did. And my second parents. And all my friends. And my no.
Ugh. Well, I presume they are expecting us to enter into the Imperial Palace. When we do, I foresee they will attack us with all they have. Soldiers, make ready! When we step through these once sacred doors, we'll be greeted with a vanguard of traitors like no other.
Again, I must reiterate though, like if this was real and you just got a fucking, like a little fax saying like, oh yeah, no, hey, it's me, your long presumed dead or like dying, stuck on a throne, you know, leader, hey, do this thing that, you know, originally I said don't do, or to do the opposite of it. Yeah, people would definitely not take that seriously and think that someone's like forging their identity. So, you know, as much as this guy is like crazy, I see where he's coming from. Could have just, you know, opened the doors.
It's a Slaanesh demon! Shoot it, shoot it!
Bang, bang, bang.
Decius, I am not sure what an Energlad's bloated ballsack you are doing, but may I suggest that you actually fight back when someone is invading the Imperial Palace?
What in the Emperor's name are you doing here?
I love this guy.
So early in the morning, no less. Are you really so dumb that you're going to come back here and force your way into the throne room?
Well, I cannot say it's been very hard so far. Where did the mighty bulwark of the palace go? Actually, has it ever even existed?
Yes, of course it has. We've just retired it because, well, the Emperor wanted us to.
The Emperor has not ordered a thing. It is all the work of the Adeptus Custodes, attempting to ruin the Imperium from inside out.
Shut your borscht hole and get out of here before I do something.
And
Do
what
something.
would that be? Are you going to pierce us with your phallic cranium?
Hey, don't insult
I'll
the
call on my
Pope.
ministry to dispatch you. Don't you underestimate us, Theodore.
Oh, what are you going to do? Cite passages out of a book at us? Ow! Oh, come on, this is really happening?
Oh my, they're literally throwing everything at him.
Activate Rosarii. The Emperor protects.
And the Emperor's just like, I guess he's too busy popping planets right now to care about this. Uh-oh.
The Ecclesiarchs are still standing? There shouldn't be anything left. This is impossible.
Impossible. Impossible is not part of the Inquisition's vocabulary, my friend.
Who said that?
Oh my. Look at how shiny he is.
Lord Inquisitor Courtiers, Torquemada. I did not expect such a guest of honor was going to enlighten us with his impressive.
I don't know who this guy is, but he's
Pleasure
shiny.
is all mine. Could you possibly enlighten me to the situation that is at hand?
We cannot get to this blasted line of Rosariuses. We need to so we can get to the Emperor and save him from the traitorous Custodes that have taken him hostage.
Order your men to stop their firing. I will show you my personal army belt. Operator, it is time. Do the, how you say, funky monkey.
The what?
We are driving them back.
I like how they're all the same person. They're all the same model.
Crawling back to their holes for the Emperor.
Oh,
Hey, found a barrel.
is that a
I haven't
woman?
ever seen a barrel in the Imperial Palace before.
Oh, what's in it?
I don't know.
Huh. I guess we found the abbess of the Adeptus Sororitatis' secret vibrator.
Oh
stash.
At
no.
long last!
What the fuck?
Not my arm!
What the f-
Mom? Dad? Is it really you?
Monkeys? Really? That's the great secret of Courtiers, Torquemada?
Yes, what?
Dude, monkeys will screw you up. Don't underestimate them. They will rip your face off. Have you seen like a chimpanzee that has no fur? Those guys are jacked. They will destroy you. And don't you look them in the eyes. You look them in the eyes, that's a threat. That's an intimidation factor. And they're like, oh, you challenging me? There go your digits at the very least. They will rip you apart. Yep, and they will torture you. They are beasts. Don't mess with them.
What about them?
I am, well, to say the least, unimpressed. Actually, I would go as far as to say I think I just lost all my respect for you.
Why don't you step off that overglorified porta-potty you call a throne of judgment and say that to my face? Or are you going to have your deep friar kill me for doing your job better than you?
Oh no, I would not want to rid you on the off chance to die on the old folks' planet where you belong.
Damn.
I have to take my leave now, as I have a movie to shoot. Try not to kill the Emperor for being innocent or whatever it is you could possibly accuse him of, su loco puta.
They've broken through. The Inquisition is on their way into the throne room.
Well, what are you talking about? What? They can't do that. That's illegal.
You need to call on your soldiers. They're going to make it to the Emperor.
I forgot that these old guys
I'm
existed
too
in this.
sure about doing stuff that the Emperor told us not to do. I mean, this is the first actual order we've gotten in, ever. Maybe we should actually abide by it for once.
I barely remember what you do when you follow an order. This is so exciting.
But they are going into the Emperor's throne room. Don't you understand, you fools?
Wait on a moment. Just had an idea. What if we threw this boot at Decius's head?
What?
Why, that's the
I mean, it could do
most
something.
stupid idea I've ever heard.
It's worth a shot.
What are you despicable old sacks talking about? Oh.
Hey,
There.
it worked.
Now he doesn't have to stress out over stupid shit anymore.
Look, you turned him off.
Look at him.
Crisis
breathing
averted.
there like a billy goat with a hat on.
Now, stop breathing, kids. It's getting really hot and full of carbon dioxide in here.
We have made it.
Well, at least he's
We
happy.
made it. Now, soldiers, behind these doors await the most hefty and Herculean enemies that we shall ever face. You must all prepare yourselves for the most grueling, frightful, but glorious battle to ever take place.
Come on, Fyodor, you already held like 2 speeches about preparing ourselves, and both of the times nothing actually happened.
Be quiet, Dominique.
Hey, he's got a point. He loves to ramble.
Whining bunch of...
Is the Emperor done popping planets? Everything okay now?
The God Emperor of mankind.
Yep, that's him. Oh!
I knew it. Demon!
Yeah, this doesn't look good. Look, again, I mean, I would probably be in his court. Oh my god, another good episode. Is there anything like at the end? Am I skipping anything? Okay, no, it's just, oh my god. Well, thank you for watching, YouTube. Leave any other recommendations down in the comments below, and you know, maybe come by the stream or join the Discord. But I enjoyed this episode very much. It was very good, and thank you for everybody in the comments who told me I missed that short again. I do read your comments. I'm always watching. But you know, until next time when we continue our adventures through the Emperor having TTS, see what happens now that he's made it to the throne room and sees a literal demon, as far as he is known. That he doesn't know all the stuff that's happened, but he sees a demon in the throne room. I mean, his suspicions seem to be correct from his point of view, so it's going to be interesting to see what happens, but I can't wait. And I can't wait for y'all to see it with me. But until then, I hope you all have a wonderful rest of the day. Bye-bye.